Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Electrical and Computer Engineering Project. In this channel I will make video tutorial on electrical and computer related projects, and if you have not subscribed to my channel you can click on this subscribe button and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you get notification every time I upload a new video. And you can also visit my blog from the link above, and you can follow me on Twitter, and you can send me message if you need anything on this link. And don't forget to like, comment and share my videos. Thank you. So last day we have created the request page in our student side, and today we will create this request page in our admin side too, so that our admin can see which student requested for which book. And in the student side we have only added the book information and the approve information and return and other date, but in the admin side this will be a bit different. First let's just log in our admin from a different browser. I'm using Chrome and Mozilla Firefox for both student and admin side. So here you can see that we have not created our page and added the link in our book page, so we will go to our page and add the link and create a new page called request.php in our admin side. And open the admin side book page. Inside the admin side book page, there you need to find the link, and first let's just create the page and save this inside the admin folder request.php. Okay, save this, and now you can see that there are two request pages, one is student side and one is admin side. And here inside the book page there is our side navigation, and here we just need to give the page name inside this anchor tag request.php. And we can just copy this student side request page and paste this code inside our admin side request page, and now see how it looks like. So here let's refresh this and go to our book request page, and you can see that this is our student side page, as the query is a bit different, so we cannot see the table from this side. We just need to modify them a bit, and here you can see that we only used some of the information for a particular student, but in this case we will change that. Here first let's add a background picture, and for adding a background image you know that we need to write URL, and here we need to paste the image inside our images folder, and then we need to write the direction like this, the folder name, then the image name and the extension JPG. Okay, and after this we will write background repeat, no repeat, so that the image does not get repeated multiple times. And now when we refresh we can see there is a background image here. And here we will add some styling, or we just need to add some tag, h2 tag, and let's add bold so that it will be a bigger and we can see that properly. Before, and we will just, you can see that the writing is actually a bit in the right side because we have added a class here, a class container. You can see before the PHP I have added a new class here, and that is container, and because of this class this writing is a bit in the right side. If you delete this, and then you can see the difference. Let's copy this and delete this, and let's see how it looks like now. You will see the change. Refresh this and you can see the writing is actually started from the left side. So if we want the content to be inside a margin, then we can use this container class, and for that reason we are using it, because we want to see the table inside a container box in the middle position. And we will add also a background, and that will be a transparent background like our feedback page. Here you can see we will add a background color like this in our container too, and we will change the opacity so that it looks good and we can see the background image too. So let's just add some styling for our container class. For that we will go to our style tag, and inside this we will write our class name dot container, and then inside the parenthesis we will write a height. We don't need to change the width because the width will be container wide, but if you want to change you can change it. Then add a height, and after that background color, this will be black. Let's add an opacity here, 0.8 or 0.7, whatever you like. And then after this we will add a color. The color will be white. All the contents that will be written inside that box will be white, so we can see it clearly. Now you can see that there is a transparent background and the writing is white. We can see everything properly, and we can also see the background image. And you can see that before the container class we have added some break. We will delete this break, and the box will be a bit upper position, but if you want to take it in the top position you can add some margin, negative margin, then it will be on the top position. After the navigation you can resize them. Now you just need to adjust the opacity the way you want it to look like, and then we will work on the other things. Now let's delete those two pages because we will only work on this page and we don't need other pages now. So here let's check the code where we need to change it. These things will be same like before, so we don't need to change these pages. After this there is our main ID, and all this code will be same. There is inside the PHP there is our query and other things. We need to change all this code, and we can just make it as a comment for now, and then we can just delete them after writing and modifying our code properly. So let's make them a comment, and the comment will end before the PHP ends. Here we have made all of this a comment, and now we will write the new code. So before the PHP code, let's add something for showing in the top position of this page. Here we will write a heading, and the heading will be request for book or request of book. Save this and refresh it. You can see this properly. You can add some styling and take it in the middle position or make it bold by adding different style and different tag. So I will just take it in the middle position by adding text align center. Now this is alright, and after this I will show the table. For that we need to write our query. So first of all, if someone want to see this information, they need to log in, and for that we will check if they are logged in or not. So for this I will write if is set $_session, and then inside third bracket we will write login user, and that will be inside single quotation, and in the parenthesis. Then after this we will go to second bracket, and inside this we will write our query, and you can write it like this. As our query will be a bit bigger, we will use another variable here, $SQL equal to, and then inside second bracket, inside second quotation we will write our query, and after this we will end it with a semicolon, and then we will use another variable called $result equal to mysql I underscore query. Then inside parentheses, we need to give $db, our connection variable, then comma, and then the variable where we have written our SQL query, and then add a semicolon after this. Now we just need to write our SQL query. So for this, let's go back to our database. Inside this we have our issue book table, and here we will modify inline our query and we will see the change. Then when it is alright, we will just add this inside our main code. Here you can see that username, SID and other 3 columns, but we will not need the other information like issue date and return date to see which person has requested. We just need username and the book ID, and we can just show this too, but by this the admin cannot know which book they have requested for or what the person's name is and other information of that user or student. So for that we can show this other information beside them, like book ID, book name, author name, and if the book is available or not, so that our admin can easily see if they can give the book to the student. So okay, first let's just go to another browser and open our database so that we can see the column name properly and write it in another browser. This will be a bit easier for me, so I'm just opening it in another browser, and here I will write it, the query. So I will write select, and then what we want to see, we need to write the column name. So for a particular request, we need to see some student information. So we want to show them the username and the role, that means username and student ID. So for that we will write the table name first and then the column name. So from the student table, we want to show the username of the student, and there is username inside our admin side too, so we are using the table name here. Then comma and the role or ID, whatever you have saved your column name as, you need to write that exactly like your table. And after the role, then again a comma, and now we will see our book table. Here we want to show the book ID, book name, author name, edition and status. We want to show all this information beside the request, that which person has requested for which book. So for that we will write the table name books dot, then our book ID, the column name was BID, and then the name, and this column name was only name, and then authors, edition and status. This part is from student table and this part is from our books table. So you see that those information are not from the one table. If they were from one table, we can write the table name, but now we have 2 different tables, so we will join them together. So we will select all this column information from student inner join, then the other table name. So here we will merge 3 tables. First we will work on 2, and those 2 will be student inner join the issue book table, because their request information is saved in our issue book table only. So we are joining these 2 tables, student inner join issue book, and on which condition we want to join them. We will join them by seeing the student username, because the username is available in both the table. So we will see if the username on the student table and the issue book table are same or equal. If they are same, that means that user or that student has requested for a book. So we can just take the information of that student and show that in our website. So student.username equal to issuebook.username. So this is for one part, and now we need to merge this output to another table, that is our books table. So we will add another join here. We need to write inner join again, inner join, then books table. Now again we need to give another condition, for which condition these two will be same, or we are joining these tables. So that will be on issuebook.bookid and books.bookid. We need to have same column on those two tables. So they will only pick the value from the book table if the book ID matches. That means if user request for book 1, then they will show the name of the book 1 and the author name and other information of that book 1 only. And after this we need to give a condition, where condition. So this is our request for book. So there in this table we will only see the request, and we don't want to see the other information, that which book has been approved to which student who has issued the book or other things. So if we want to see the request, our approved status will be blank. So we need to write it like this, where then approve, and the approve is in our issue book table. You can see in our issue book table the approved status is blank. So let's write the column name using our table name, issue book dot approve. This will be equal blank, and how we will write it? We just need to write single quotation. This will mean that the column is blank, and then we need to give a semicolon to end this. And now press go. And after this, if we just see how our output looks, you can see this is our output. Here the username and the role of that user, and then there is our book ID and which book they have requested for, the author name and other information, and if the book is available or not. All the information has been shown here. So we can just take this table and show it here inside our website. For this we just need to copy that query and add it. So let's just copy this code, and we can just paste it inside our main file in SQL here. Let's paste it, and we can just delete that semicolon from the end because we don't need it. We need to add the semicolon after the double quotation ends. Yeah, now it's all right. And now after the query we need to just show our output. So here if the number of row is 0, that means there is no request. So here we just need to write the variable name. Okay, the variable name was result. So $result equal to 0. If it is 0, then that means that there is no pending request. So this message will be like this. But if it is not 0, that means there are some requests from some user or student. So we can show them inside a table. Okay, there is some error in line 141. Let's check this. In 141 there is our login condition. Okay, I forgot to add the opening bracket here. That's why we are getting error. So now let's refresh this, and okay, now it's all right. So there is a request for books, so we are not getting any error message here that there is no request. So that means everything is working properly. So after this if condition we will add another else condition, but let's first add 600 to our container height so that our page does not look much longer or the height is not much bigger. Okay, now it is alright. And after this we will go back to our PHP code. So if the row is 0, that means there is no request in our request table. So here we will just show this message, and if there is request, we need to show them inside a table. So here we need to write the table format again. We can just copy this from our table. Copy it till the table tag ends. The end of table tag here, you can see it properly. We can just copy this. Now paste it here. Okay, now we will just modify this. First, let's just see that all the table name is properly added. Okay, here the styling will be same, and here the name will be changed, the table header. And we need to add all the table column that we will show, and here we need to change the variable name. This is really important. This will be our result variable, because we have run our query here. You can see in the result variable we are assigning them, and here we will use that variable, and after this we will use the column name here. So let's start modifying them. The first header name was student username, so we will write it here, the student username. Then we need to write student ID, or we can write roll now. You can write anything in your header. Okay, so after this we will add book ID or BID. Now after this there will be book name. Then author name. And after this the edition and status. You can see the column name properly. You can change it if you want to, and the data are not correct because we have not modified them yet. Let's just change the header a bit so that we can see them properly in one single line. Now we can just add all the other information that we want to show. The first one was username. The column name was also username. Then the column name was role. Then our book table information, the column name was BID. Then just name. Write the name exactly like in our table. And after this we will write authors, then edition, and then status. Save this and refresh the page. You will see that all the information are here. Now we will just remove the hover effect. Okay, we can just delete this class name and the effect will be gone from this table. We don't need to change anything else here. Now just refresh this page and you can see that there is no effect here. And why we have added all this information? Because inside the student side, only one student can see only their information. They don't need to see other information in that table. And in the admin side, admin can see the request from many people, and in one day many students can request for different books, and one student can apply for more than one book, so there will be many requests. So it will be easier for admin if there is all the information in front of the admin, that they can see if the book is available or not and what book they have requested.